Hi, this is Emily for Positively Glamorous, and what we're going to talk about today is eyebrows and mascara. The first thing I want to talk about eyebrows is the actual shape of them. Now, I don't have to shape my eyebrows, and I don't have to wax them because God blessed me with a good arch. But some people have problems doing their arches and actually getting the shape that they need to have. Now, what we do, the best way to get the good shape on your eyebrow is to take a brush or a pencil or whatever you have, and you want to line it up with this part of your nose, right on the outside of the ball, not on the outside of the nostril because that's too far in. You want to go right on the outside of the ball of your nose and do it straight up. Where that line meets is where your eyebrows should start. It shouldn't, if you come over here, you've got too much towards the inside, and if you come to the outside, it's going to start way too far back. So you want to make sure that it lines up. Now, I've got a little gap in my eyebrow, I've always had it, but you want to make sure that it lines up, just like that. Now you want to take that, and to know where your arch is, where the top of the arch goes, you want to take that brush and you want to pivot it and line it up with your pupil. It should line up with your pupil and go straight into, that's where the arc of your arch should be. And then to know how far it should go on the outside, take it and pivot it again, go underneath your eye, and you'll see that invisible line going up. That's where your eyebrow should end. So that's how you know how to shape your eyebrow and how it's supposed to look. When I'm doing my eyebrows, the first thing I do is I get a little, I think this is actually supposed to be like a mascara brush or something. No, it's Define a Brow. So anyway, I use a little brush like this. Sometimes I use, like, I keep a little traveler's toothbrush because I can't stand my eyebrows to be messed up at all and like go in this direction. It kind of freaks me out. So I keep a little travel toothbrush in my purse for eyebrow emergencies. But if you've got one of these at home, this works really well. What I do is I start by combing upwards. You want to comb all the hair up, and it feels really wonky. I can't stand this feeling, but it's a must. And especially like if you've put on any kind of bronzer or something with shimmer, a little bit of glitter or something in it, this also helps loosen like pieces of powder or glitter or whatever might be hiding in your eyebrow. And then you want to take that, and what I do is just barely touch the top of it and just follow that line that I just showed you, and then draw straight down, and then you get that perfect shape and that perfect arch. Now if you need to if you do need to pluck, if you have stray hairs, then go ahead and do that, but don't go crazy. Like, I'll get like 1 or 2 stray hairs right through here, and it doesn't really hurt to pluck your eyebrows. What hurts is like waxing your mustache. That kind of stings, but eyebrows really don't hurt at all. And if you're scared of plucking, if you're scared you'll overdo it, then go and let a professional wax your eyebrows. It doesn't cost very much at all. It's usually about 10 bucks, 15 tops, and you can even take a picture of a celebrity and say, I want my eyebrows to be shaped like this, and they'll let you know, yes, we can do that. No, that won't fit your face or whatever. I took a picture in of Angelina Jolie one time because I wanted my eyebrows, I have the perfect arch that she does, but hers are a little bit thinner. And the lady was actually mad at me because she was like, people come in to get their eyebrows waxed to look like yours, so why do you want them waxed? But she did it for me anyway, and I looked stupid because I looked surprised. Until they grew out, I looked like this. So I look like a Botox victim. So be careful with the waxing thing or the plucking thing, but if you are scared of it, go to a professional. Now, when I'm going to add some color in, I'm going to use a brow brush, like a brow pencil. I'm actually going to go get the Urban Decay Brow Box, which actually comes with a little brush, and it's more of a powder, so it actually goes on more natural than a pencil does. Pencils, you have to be very careful and put them on real light, or it'll look like you went and drew them on. And if anybody knows who the famous drag queen Divine is, she's fabulous in her own right, rest her soul, but nobody wants to look like Divine going to the store. So what we're going to do is we're going to take it and we're just going to start lightly. See, I've got that gap right there. So I leave that alone because if I colored that gap right there in with pencil, it's going to be very noticeable. So what I do is after I shape my eyebrows, then I just get the pencil and I just lightly color it in. And you want to make sure that you get the right shade. Your eyebrows should be just a little bit darker than your hair color, except for like when you do black, like when I dye my hair black, I don't pencil my eyebrows in black. I just use, like this is a light blonde I think, or medium brown. I'll use a darker brown to give them a little bit more definition, but not look like Groucho Marx. I don't want to do that. So you just barely go over it, real light. You definitely want a light touch or you're going to actually have pencil lines. And then you're going to bring it down. And this is where, especially when you get older, your hairs start getting very sparse through here, and that's where you got to make sure that you get that color. And you want to go just a little bit past where your hair actually ends. See, that just actually drew my eyebrow out about that much longer than what it actually is. But it doesn't look like Groucho Marx. Just very lightly. Just enough to add a little bit of color. And be careful that you follow the hair so that you don't end up looking surprised or angry or just wonky in any respect at all. Okay, so I actually like that little piece of hair that sticks up with that little gap right there. It's kind of me, you know. So if you have little inclusions in your eyebrows like that, if you're missing a piece of hair or something, don't worry about it. I mean, everybody has their own things that make them fabulous, and that's just part of you. So don't give it a second thought. You know, you can color it in, but if it's really sparse, you don't want it to look like, oh, I just drew this on and just went crazy with the pencil. I was going to say something else, I forgot. Well, that's all I can really say about the eyebrows is careful shaping. Keep that with you. Oh, that's what I was going to say. If you want to do a pin-up look, then instead of going very lightly over it, you're going to actually start from where your eyebrows start and make that line harsher. I'm going to fill that in. See how I've got a defined line and it doesn't just slightly feather in? Notice the difference in my eyebrows. So that sharp defined line right there is how the pinups do it. So if you want to do pinup makeup, you want to have that defined 1940s, 1930s line. So, but I would not do that normally, just doing your makeup going out. I wouldn't do that. You want to have it softly feathered in. The next thing that we're going to do is going to be mascara. Be right back.